My article talked about the pros and cons of having a universal DNA databank, which it would pretty much just be a library of everyone's genetic code. Currently, law enforcement has something called CODIS, which is a DNA databank, but only for those who have been criminally charged and booked. And so once somebody is arrested or processed, they'll take their DNA and they'll enter it into CODIS, so that way they have it for the future if they commit any crimes in the future. Some of the pros of having a universal DNA databank is that, one, it wouldn't be discriminatory against those who have committed crimes. It would be everybody's DNA, so that way everybody has a fair chance of being booked and processed, rather than just those who have committed crimes in the past. It would be useful for identifying bodies and remains that have otherwise been unable to be identified. And there would be a big potential for solving larger crimes such as murder, rape, and robbery. And then it would also eliminate law enforcement using public DNA databanks or genealogy websites, as well as public research. In the case of the Golden State Killer, law enforcement actually pretended to be a customer of a public genealogy website and uploaded DNA from the crime scene, which they then got a match to a distant cousin of who they actually charged to be the Golden State Killer, who was a white police officer and wouldn't have their DNA in CODIS. Some of the concerns, though, is breaching, which is the biggest one. If somebody gets a hold of all the DNA, then they have everybody's DNA. There's also a big issue with people worrying about government accessing their DNA and what they're going to do with that. And then there's implementation issues that they're talking about, whether they should start collecting DNA as soon as babies are born currently, or if they should start collecting everybody's DNA now, and how they would go about collecting foreigners' DNA when they visit the country. But in the article, generally, all of the pros outweigh the cons.